Hello, everyone. Welcome into our home office here in Dundee. Blessed to have you with me today. Still trying to get healthy here. All of us are, but we're doing better. So thank you for those who have reached out. We appreciate that. This coming week, we have our annual meeting, and it's our 150th, our sesquicentennial anniversary. I love using that word. The 150th anniversary of Bethany. So, I thought I'd take a moment and just kind of think about our mission in general. At this point in time, 150 years ago, going back to 1872, there was a group of saints, those who have gone before us, who were gathering on a weekly basis in homes and having discussions. They were worshiping. They were also having discussions about whether or not to form a new church, a church that would eventually go on to be what we know as Bethany. And then in the weeks, months, and years to come, they had to start talking about what their mission was and whether or not they needed a building in order to do that mission. And of course, they built the building that we enjoy today. We are so blessed, so incredibly blessed. And that building is a cornerstone in some ways of the mission that we carry on. We gather food there. One of our missions, quite obviously, is to care for those who are hungry. And we gather food in that place for the Northern Illinois Food Bank, for the Batavia Interfaith Food Pantry. We've taken food out to the St. Andrews Food Distribution Center throughout COVID. We have our community supper that we do once a month at the end of each month on a Friday night. We help out feeding the people at Hesed House in Aurora. We do food ministries. We also do refugee ministries. We take care of those who are refugees throughout the world through Lutheran World Relief. We see that in our quilters and other groups. And we find ways to welcome the stranger. We find ways to invite people in and provide a safe, non-judgmental, loving Christian environment for those who are strangers coming into our midst. To that end, there are some things we could be doing that, quite frankly, we need to do in order to be more welcoming and safer for those who come in our doors. You may be wondering what I'm talking about. We're going to be talking about these things this week at our meeting, but for one thing, I've noticed, our property team has noticed, our council has noticed, the staff has noticed that the carpeting in our sanctuary is starting to become a little bit of a tripping hazard, to say the least. And we welcome people, including, we have an older community around us. We welcome a lot of seniors into our building. We got to be safe. We have to be safe. So one of the things we're talking about is the possibility of replacing that carpeting as part of our mission. We're also talking about installing underneath of the new flooring in the sanctuary a new hearing assist system, which would actually work better for people who are hard of hearing. And it would also enable us to not have to hand out reusable hearing aids. I don't know. For me, the idea of getting a hearing aid that somebody else used, I don't know. I don't like that. But this new hearing assist system would enable us to make our hearing capability for those who are hard of hearing much better and much more sanitary. So those ideas, things like that, the opportunity to replace the flooring in the sanctuary, the opportunity to add to our hearing assist, to enhance our hearing assist system, that's part of our mission. It's part of our welcome of those who come in to join us, as well as taking care of our own, quite frankly. So, we're going to be talking about those things this weekend. We're also going to be talking a little bit about adding a fourth camera in the sanctuary up front so that during weddings, we do a lot of weddings and funerals, most of which are related to members, not always. We have a lot of people that depend on us. We did a funeral not too long ago. There were people watching in 3 or 4 other states who were relatives of one of our members who had passed but couldn't travel. Part of that was because of COVID. Some of it was age. Some of it was the weather at that time. And so they were dependent upon being able to connect with us. And so if we can add a camera up front in the sanctuary, people can have a better view and connect with their own families as they say goodbye to their loved ones. So that's on the docket to be talked about. We have a few other ideas, things like upgrading the technology in Fellowship Hall. We welcome a lot of groups that come in and use our facility. That's part of our welcome. That's part of our mission. And we want to be able to upgrade the technology so that they can have better presentations, better Zoom meetings, be able to maybe in the future somewhere live stream from there. We want to look at the technology in Fellowship Hall. We also want to be able to advertise ourselves better to the community. If you drive by on any given week, you might notice that we have signs up for the community supper, or we have signs up for Elder Day, or for AID, all these missions of ours. We want to have a bigger sign out front that actually faces all four directions and not just two of them, and can actually reach people with our message and our advertising. Because again, that's part of our invite, it's part of our welcome to be able to communicate to the community what's going on in our church and how they can help us bless the world around us. And I want to promise you, if we do anything with the sign outside, we will stay within, we have to stay within the guidelines of the historic district. We won't do anything that would in any way be a problem with that. But these are the things we're going to be talking about this week, because it's our annual meeting. It's our 150th year, and it's a good time to be talking about the ways in which we do mission around our community and around our world, and how we care for one another, the ways in which we protect one another. So these are the things we're going to be talking about. We have an idea. I'm just going to throw it out there. We have an idea for a 150th anniversary capital campaign to cover all of these particular issues and to set us up a little bit for our future too, to put some money aside for our future as well, for the physical plant that we have been good stewards of, for our church for all these years, and for ministry in the future as well. There's a lot to talk about. I'm really excited. This week is going to be a really cool discussion. We have an opportunity to celebrate 150 years of ministry and also look forward to how we can make our ministry better going forward as well. That'll be a lot of fun to have these particular conversations. And keep in mind, at the end of September and early October, we actually reach the official 150th anniversary of Bethany Lutheran Church. We are so blessed to be stewards in this day and age of that which those who came before us started in 1872. Amazing. What a blessing. We are stewards today. I thank you all for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you this weekend. Blessings. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen.